Hey everybody, Adam Putnam here. I'm at the State's Emergency Operations Center in Tallahassee. The folks working in the Emergency Operations Center have been working around the clock for days on end now, so they're basically running on Cheetos and caffeine at this point. But one of the misnomers about the Department of Agriculture is that our responsibilities are limited to the agriculture industry. Throughout this emergency, we have responsibilities here in the Emergency Operations Center for everything including food, water, and ice, to dealing with animals, pets, and livestock in a crisis like this, as well as search and rescue and assisting with fuel issues. So for example, we have pre-positioned 6 million meals that are moving out to shelters and the hardest hit areas now, 3.5 million gallons of water, and 3 million pounds of ice. Now, the important thing at this point is for us to get that out to the actual people on the ground. There's nothing more frustrating to someone who's standing ankle deep in their living room to be told that it could have been worse. I was in Lehigh Acres yesterday in the Westminster neighborhood, and people were just gravitating out of their homes to our trucks saying, do you have ice? Do you have fuel? Do you have water? Where can we get it? Because their cell phone died 3 days ago, and they're ripping the carpet out of their home to put it at the side of the road. Areas of this state have been incredibly hard hit. And while other areas of the state have avoided disaster, the areas that have been hardest hit have been decimated. Tomorrow I'm looking forward to being down in the Keys to lend our efforts to support the people in need down there. I know that it is a devastated area and one of the most gorgeous, special parts of all of Florida, and our heart aches for the Keys. Our Forestry Service personnel are down there now conducting search and rescue missions in the Keys, and they are also assisting in delivering commodities to that area. So as we move into recovery mode, we know that patience is running low. I mean, I'm on day 4.5 with no power myself, and while a cold shower is not terrible, the cold shave is pretty miserable. But I was reminded yesterday that even I have it better than others, because a lot of people don't have power and they don't have water. So they don't have flushing toilets, they don't have access to wash their hands, they don't have access to even a cold shower. And so these are the times when we come together. These are the times when we come together as a nation and as a state. The men and women who are serving in Lehigh Acres are from Pensacola and Panama City. The people who are working on restoring the electrical service in my hometown in Bartow are from Michigan. And the local churches are all banding together to serve them supper tomorrow night. These are the things that we do when we come together. And we will get through this misery. We have to be patient. We have to be considerate of our neighbors. If you don't have to fuel up with gas, don't do it. Don't just keep topping off, because while there is enough fuel in the ports, distribution continues to be a problem. Getting the trucks out there, getting enough drivers, getting it delivered to the stations, particularly in the hardest hit areas where everybody's living off of a 5-gallon can of gas with a generator keeping everything in their freezer from turning rotten. So Florida will be stronger. Florida strong. Be Florida proud. And know that whether it's Charlie, Francis, Ivan, Jean, Katrina, Wilma, or Irma, we always win. We always bounce back, and we always are stronger together by helping each other out in the aftermath of these types of disasters. So thank you to all the first responders. Thank you to the guys that are climbing up big tall poles and dealing with a whole lot of hot electricity and keeping themselves safe and restoring power for all of us. Thank you to the folks who are delivering that fuel, the people who are selling those generators, the people who are getting the ice off the pallet and into the hands of people who are desperate for it. This ought to be a wake-up call, a newfound appreciation for what every one of us can do to make life better for our neighbors. Thank you, Florida, and hang in there. We're going to get through this, and we certainly appreciate everybody who's working tirelessly to make life better as quickly as possible.